And I realized that I had created the problem because security was just going to pound down on nuggets that I had bought. And I was like, after the show, guys, after it, there is a woman who just said she's not going to touch me, who was actively trying to touch me.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah?
Fucked up, man.
Bro.
Yeah. Wait, what? What did you say?
He got me addicted to the...
No! This is the problem. You're a role model, John. You feel power.
Mango is, dude, I've been
Are you even aware of this? His mango?
The dried mango. Maria brought it on our golf trip and fight seats.
Oh, that's why there's so much fucking mango in our house.
How
Wrote out, didn't
Listen.
know the secret.
Listen.
Mango.
This man was eating 60 servings of mango per week.
It has a really high sugar content. Like how?
Yeah, it's
do you
not
have
even good for
diabetes?
you.
Like where are you at?
Well,
no sugar added, so it's just fruit.
Oh, sure.
People make a whole hullabaloo about the fruit sugars, and me, a scientist, I've decided it doesn't matter.
The fruit sugars.
And
Yeah.
it was replacing my 60 servings of mango were replacing 12 bags of Sour Patch
Which
Kids.
that is a step
So,
up. in the
like-
right
Wow.
Yeah.
Full. See, I love a sweet treat, but I don't go fruity. I go full peanut butter.
Ooh,
See,
I
yeah.
go chocolate.
No, it's,
Look at us.
Do you
drink-
eat chocolate ice cream?
I eat
I think that's a little
ice cream.
odd.
I eat caramel cone ice cream from Haagen-Dazs. Sponsor me.
Caramel cone.
Your
It
face
is-
had a visceral change.
It did. I don't understand the caramel thing. Listen, I'm a sick fuck. I love a butterscotch, okay? I'll suck on a word
all
that's
right,
hard.
Grandma.
I know.
Yeah, that Rolling Stone shirt makes
I know.
a lot of sense.
36 years old.
Werther's original. Smells like a grandpa who will assault you. Get out of here.
Yeah, but I'm more of a cookie dough. Give me peanut butter. Give me a cookie dough.
So we were not too long ago. We were going to come out with our own ice cream.
Yeah.
And the deal ended up falling apart, but we came out with 3 different versions.
Okay.
One was like an espresso. I like espresso martini,
Yeah,
so we
fuck
did like
yeah.
an espresso with like pretzel bits
Had,
in
it
it.
had a crunch to it.
Had a crunch. It was
I
really
love a
good.
crunch. Yeah.
One was we just did like a buttery waffle Eggo type vibe, whatever. I don't even remember why we did that. And then the last one, we just straight up said, what the world is missing is a cookie dough ice cream with enough cookie dough. And I said, is there a reason why you guys... I was talking
agree.
to these people who like manufacture ice creams. And I was like, is there a reason why Big Ice Cream refuses to put more cookie dough in?
Yeah.
And they said, it's just a money thing. Like, it costs more, and then you don't make as much. And I said, fuck the margins or whatever the problem is.
We're not trying to
Double
make
the
money.
cookie dough.
Double the dough.
And it can't be like we're not going to make any money. Maybe we'll make less money, but I bet you we'll sell more fucking pints of it because I'm the guy who eats the cookie dough all at once, and then I have just like vanilla ice cream sitting.
I'm the exact same way. I skirt around it.
Yep.
Also, if you could do like a brownie dough, you know what I mean? Any dough, really.
Yeah.
You could do raw pizza dough. I don't give a fuck. Just dough me up.
I make, like the Pillsbury crescent rolls. I'll just eat before it's even cooked. I start eating that stuff.
The Grand's biscuits, you know, when you pop them open.
I'm
so
still
hot.
scared of that.
The
I used
pop?
to,
I always go, "Ah."
Yeah.
I like that. Turn on the garbage disposal scares me.
Yeah.
And plugging anything in scares me. Those are the 3 I can't look while I do it. But I am
Plugging
actually
anything in?
Oh boy, because sometimes you get that blue spark.
That pop, yeah.
I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
But
Every woman has the fear of that they've left your curling iron or your straightener on. And so literally I've run back in the house 65 times to check it. Like I have to unplug it, wrap it up,
Don't they just
put it
make
in a
those
drawer.
on like a timer by now?
They should. They haven't. No, they absolutely have not. That's
trying
a
to
new
burn down
business
your house.
investment we could get into. Cookie dough and turn off curling irons. I guarantee every woman listening to this is like, Heather, me and my Rolling Stones t-shirt, like you're using hot rollers from the 40s, okay? Always been an old soul.
every time I plug something in, I look like Bruce Willis at the end of Armageddon, where it's just like,
Yeah.
here it is, baby. But here's the deal. Despite what our plan was with the ice cream, now that I'm thinking about it, I appreciate the lack
Scarcity?
of it because I like to swish out. You know, you gotta hit the last basket before you leave. So I like to swish out with my ice cream. So my last bite needs to be full of cookie dough.
Yeah,
So
we
it
need more
almost
of it.
excuses me to eat the whole carton. where I'm like, well, I gotta find that last one. Wait, there's probably another one in here. It's like a little treasure hunt.
Keep going, yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's another one. I knew it.
Ben and Jerry's makes the core ones. You ever seen that?
Yeah,
Where they just the whole middle.
Just the middle. You can
but then I just
stick
eat
your
the
dick in
middle.
Yeah. I know about the core. Let me tell you what right now. I was actually doing a show in Vermont recently, and I went to the Ben and Jerry's like headquarters, and it was kind of like you kind of black out there.
Yeah,
you know what
I can
mean?
imagine. I have been microwaving my ice cream. I'm getting too deep in the mic. I'm the fattest I've ever been. I need to tighten up, and and ice cream is for sure the culprit. I mean, when you're microwaving pints of ice cream every night to get the right consistency, you know you're in too deep.
But this is in the name of business, right? This is a write-off. Like
Well,
your weight gain is a write-off because you're trying to learn. It's market research.
Yes.
Right?
What she said.
Yeah. You're at the phase right now where I like to call tight chubby. Right?
Yeah.
I think you look
skinny
great.
fat is what I call it.
Skinny
tight
fat.
chubby.
Women call it tight chubby.
Yeah,
and I've kind of lived my whole life tight chubby where it's like everything's kind of firm, but it's also not like
Well, you know what?
ripped.
I'm going to do it right when we're done with this interview. I've been saying it for like weeks now. I'm going to get into the Spanx game because they make men's shirts now.
the best.
And it's one of those things men are coming around on like skincare and shit where it's like we don't just like wash our face with motor oil anymore. It's like you can do things to not look ugly. How about that?
Yeah.
You know, they're doing like from surgery all the way down to just like you don't use bar soap on your face or whatever,
Right.
you know? But and Spanx is coming along with that where it's like, wait a minute, all these girls look tiny and snatched and cute because they have like they're taping it in. They're sucking it in. I would look so much better with a Spanx shirt.
Sometimes you just need Spanx to, if you got like a loose labia to just suck it back in too. My husband just
My labia is crazy.
I know. Long. I feel like it's very long. We were just on vacation in the Turks, and my husband, I'm like, he gets his golden dark.
I was gonna say you
dark
look tan as fuck.
He's tan
man.
as
You
fuck.
look great.
But I said, honey, you're already getting ashy. Like, let's put some lotion on it. And he's like, oh, you got to do it. I don't like lotion. I'm like, what the fuck, Jeff? He said he doesn't like how it feels on the in the webs of his fingers.
Get that.
And
Yeah.
I said, just take a towel, wipe it off, give it to me. We can hold hands. Like, what the fuck? He's like crippled by the feeling of lotions on his hand. But you use it to jerk off. So you never think twice about that.
That dick is moisturized.
Yeah, that dick is very soft. Feels good to be back, guys. Feels good to be back. I'll tell you what.
On her husband, his dick is
His dick is very soft. And listen, any ladies watching this, do not fucking DM him. I'll slit your throats.
It stays soft.
I have gotten back on the lotion game as of late, but I was off for a while after one failed foray into the game where I was in like an old apartment of mine where the bathroom door wasn't great, and I lotioned up. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be an adult. I'm going to start taking care of my skin. I think I watched a Bill Burr skit that got me into it.
Yeah.
And I got all lotioned up, and I don't know how much to use. That's a fair question.
Yeah.
I do about a pump and a half for the arm.
Okay.
And then I go 2 pumps for the torso, and I go 1 pump each chest, and then I go 2 pumps for legs.
All right. What kind of lotion are you using?
Hydro Boost. It's like a
Barstool Wood.
It's
Cream can go further if you use it. Really, lotion's kind of a waste of time. You need a cream. It's got more water base, so that's really going to keep you hydrated. I don't know how dry you're getting.
The problem is though, maybe
Cream's
not with
thick.
him. He's an inside-out cat. I have hair all over my body.
Yeah.
So like trying to rub in lotion on this, it becomes
You're just going around in circles all
It's
day.
like Elmer glue.
Dude,
you know?
I
It's
did
like
that this weekend or maybe Friday, whatever. One of the days we had off at the end of last week, and it was a nice day. And I was out on my porch thing, and I was reading, and I put on a bunch of
Who is this guy?
I put on a bunch of suntan lotion.
Oh, that's the worst too, because that is thick. That's,
While I was on the porch,
Yeah.
and I never went back inside until I had to go take the piss or whatever. And I saw myself in the mirror. I was in full white face.
Yeah. Zinced out. Zinced out hard.
Full. I had to go buy a new suntan lotion the next day. I was like, I can't use that again. That was because I rubbed it in enough and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I went in there like my teeth looked yellow. Like it was full fucking white face I was in.
I have got in my older age, I have some sort of I can't tell if I have like an allergy to the sun or to sunblock.
It's a sunblock.
But
I
I'm
swear.
putting on the sunblock. But then I'm not putting on the sunblock, so I go out and I get sunburned, and it's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be team indoors truly now for the rest of my life. I'm just not going outside anymore.
Okay, I hear you. I mean, I got to stay.
I bought one of those big straw hats.
Oh, I love that.
Like huge,
Yeah.
like the surfer
I feel like
ones
I've
that
seen
are
you
fucking-
in those.
Oh yeah, I go full white face on the face
Yeah.
because this is the money maker.
But
You know what I
you
mean?
have such nice skin because of
Thank
it.
you,
though.
thank you. I do, but we were just on vacation and the back is just fried. We were sitting on a sandbar and I thought I got it. It is like stage 6 melanoma on the back right now.
And
It
you
is
would think we
peeling.
would learn. Like,
You think we'd learn?
we're
We
like-
don't.
like we would think by now. It's like, no, you didn't get it.
Yeah.
Have someone else rub it in, or like, no, that spray doesn't really
Yeah.
work. You need the cream. And nope, still just getting cooked by the sun.
It's anytime
White
I'm on an
people just
edible.
losing to the sun. Oh well, that. Yeah.
I just forget.
You
You,
get
know what I
on an
mean? I
edible,
get
forget
too
about it.
zen, too
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
You know, most people go to like anger management. I just take an edible and go on a sandbar, and that's what I do
Where's
for my
home for you guys?
Atlanta.
Oh right, okay.
You
Yeah.
just moved last time you were on. You had the
Yeah.
pastel
Yeah.
closet going, right?
Yeah. We're back in Atlanta. We're tearing it up. I mean, I'm on the road so much. Yeah.
Probably. I do think we're.
It's definitely
we're
been thrown
gonna
out.
Yeah. We got to get to Noonan, man.
Yeah, it's the fucking Noonan. That's right. Yeah. How is your investment?
Growing great, by the way.
Great.
It's very funny to make fun of. It's doing fantastic.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money.
The people of Noonan, I'm sure, are so happy that you came into an invest. Okay, so shout out to Noonan, honey. Where did we buy an apartment? Wichita, Kansas. Shout out to Wichita, Kansas. I've never been there. I bet they're fantastic, but I have a small investment there. She's a real estate mogul, you know?
While we're talking, let's not forget Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah.
South Carolina for the people who want to be in North Carolina but don't.
But don't want to pay North Carolina taxes.
Yeah, that's it.
I love that.
I don't know who has better taxes. It might be.
I would have
preferential.
thought they're the same, but I guess not.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have. They for sure might be that too. I have no idea. It's just what I
Yeah,
say.
you are an investment mogul, John.
Yeah, I'm
Officially a
becoming
real
a
estate guy.
slumlord for content.
I love it. It's all for content every day. Every
about
fucking
write-offs.
day. Yeah.
I own a few tenements across the country.
Are they write-offs?
Joe, dude, everything's a fucking write-off. We just don't do any of it.
Dude, I talked to my my accountant. Tax day was last week, and my accountant called me. I have not spoken to this woman. She costs a significant amount of money,
Yeah.
and I've not spoken to her at all. She called me April 17th. I put off, obviously, like everyone, doing all my taxes until the Friday before, so that would have been the 14th or whatever. And I sent all that. I'd got it together earlier, but I never sent anything. And I finally said, I was like, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. I can't tell you how easy it was. It took 3 minutes to get all the forms I
But
needed.
she had a gun in her mouth. That woman wanted to kill herself. So I'm glad it
for
was
you.
easy. Smooth sailing for you. Okay.
but so she's like, all right, I got it all taken care of. Just like, I'm gonna send you the DocuSign, just sign it, make sure X amount is in your account because it's all gonna come out, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I don't know, like, can I just give you a call real quick? Like, I feel a little weird paying that much money without
Right.
just having
Hearing your
like,
voice.
I've read nothing.
Yeah.
Like, just give me like just 2 minutes. And she's like,
There's a human on the other end.
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm busy right now, but I'll give you a call when I can today. And I was like, cool, I got nothing going on. And she called me like 2 hours later, and I was at the gym, and I answered, and I was like, hey, how's it going? Like, kind of doing the whisper thing. And she's like, so X is going for this, X is for this, blah, 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 blah. And I looked up and I saw a sign, absolutely no talking on the floor in the gym. And I was like, you know what? I got to go. It's okay. I'll just sign it and send it over.
You didn't want to
Never
walk
mind.
to the front
That's all that stands between me and all of my money.
and you going to jail forever for tax fraud.
A sign that says,
amazing.
please don't talk on the floor in an empty gym. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I can't
There
have
you
a
go.
12-year-old yell at me.
Yeah.
So sure, I'll just send it and let's be done with this conversation.
You're going backwards, bro. You're reverting as a human. You really are.
But at least you got sunblock on and skincare. And that's all we can really ask for. You'll be absolutely bankrupt. But
How about this? I had an accountant for many years. My whole family used him, and he's an older gentleman now. He's getting up there in age. And then this year I had my Barstool equity vested. So there's like some pretty like heavy duty accounting type shit
Yeah.
going on. And God love my accountant. He was more of just like the do your taxes for me and my family.
Yeah.
And
He was just a middleman for TurboTax.
basically, yeah. And he was good. He knew the loopholes and the things, whatever. But I ended up just asking like my boss, who are your tax people, because I need to make sure everything is all good. And my mom then went in to do her taxes, and he gave her guff that I didn't like break up with him, that I didn't like.
that you moved on?
That I moved
That you didn't
on.
write him a letter or call him?
Yeah.
That's
he
fucking
said
weird.
Something like, after all these years, I would have expected him to, do what, buddy? Like, fucking, you want to break up sex? You want to do my taxes one more
Want a
time?
dick
or
pic
something?
with like
what do
the
we
W-2 under it? Like, what do you want?
I'll send it. You can do it one more time, and then we toxically, text each other for a while. No, what are you talking about? I thought breaking up with my accountant is not a thing I'd ever have to. Worry
I don't think
about.
it should be a thing. I got a balling accountant. Shout out to Brian, because I get taxed like an athlete. So anywhere I perform, I get taxed in
'cause you
that
get
state.
taxed. Well, yeah,
so you got to have somebody who knows how to crunch the fucking numbers.
I think
Yeah.
you guys should all evade your taxes.
I agree.
At
I don't know
least
where you're
once.
going with this, but
at least once.
yeah.
Because then when you get caught, I think it's a very natural explanation of the whole. I get taxed in 50 different states.
I was in Missouri. I forgot what day of the week it was. You know who gets audited first? As soon as my dad died, there's this. I realized this thing. As soon as like a man dies, the woman immediately gets audited. Like my mom has been in like a 7-year battle over like the most random shit.
I just found out when I got this money from Barstool, I wanted to take care of a few different people, and I thought you get taxed on that like right away, and they're like, no, that's end of life. That's like an estate tax.
Yeah,
you can give money now, and then when you die, that gets taken care of. And I was like, oh, well then, boom, let's go. And so
Your kids will be
some
absolutely
poor woman
fucked.
will absolutely get audited as soon as I'm dead.
Yeah,
but hey, you got the money back in 2023. Where you're good.
Listen, I doubt y'all are big like Housewives fans, but for me, it's always wild when you see like all these Real Housewives and stuff. They go to jail for like tax evasion. I'm like, you signed up to do a reality show and then you just didn't pay the government. Like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Are they trying to make an example of them? That's why they give them jail time? Because I thought a lot of times it's like just pay it back. Because like I guess you have to make an active. You're trying to evade it versus like, listen, hand up, I'm stupid.
Yeah, but there's some of them that were like straight up running like Ponzi schemes and shit.
Yeah,
we were like, that's insane to me. This woman in Salt Lake City was like scamming elderly people by getting them to like call in and give them, all of their monies and then leaving these people destitute. And she's on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City like, look at my new chinchilla jacket. And you're like, these people have nothing left. She's going to jail for like 12 years.
Good, she deserves it.
Yeah, fuck you, Jen Shaw.
I saw a guy, I think in Texas, sentenced to life in prison because he got his 9th DUI.
Oh, shit.
And I think they were just like, you can't be in public anymore. Like we know you're gonna go get number 10, and 11 and 12, so you're going to jail for life.
Did he ever have like kill anybody in a car?
I just read a tweet.
Okay.
I'm sure you opened it up.
Justice served.
And number 9 was his 9th DUI was that he was a bus driver and there's like a bus full of dead kids. That's probably what the life imprisonment is. But
no, it's actually all 9 of them. He went out hunting for buses.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my version of I read a tweet, so that's what I saw. But that's almost. I mean, you got to think. You get a DUI, hey, whatever happens. You get 2, that's bad luck. You get 3, you're a fucking
alcoholic,
asshole and a moron, an alcoholic. And then you go through 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then you get a 9th. I mean,
I think once you hit 4 or 5.
Well, that is true.
You're like,
then it flips back.
But
the other
even
way.
after 2, you're already blowing in the tube in your car.
Yeah.
So what do you now? He's also must have been robbing cars, like
or he's got a
doing something. Because I know you got to blow in the tube.
You get a sober
just
girlfriend to just blow in it for you all the time.
You think you have a girlfriend if you were the kind of guy who has 9 DUIs?
You know what? I pray to God he does.
I
hope he has.
I hope he's getting actively laid. Yeah,
he doesn't have
stay
a
with him
girlfriend.
through prison. Yeah.
He has a bag full of sober air.
Yeah,
he just a balloon. He plays like a fucking bagpipe.
That is a great.
idea.
Would that experiment work? If I blew,
I just thought of it, and I'll tell you what, in my head it works.
I mean, you blow like CO2 out, right? If you could bag that somehow, and just, here you go.
Y'all
on the fields of Athenry. Bottle of Jameson rattling around in the backseat.
Oh shit, that'd be fucking amazing. How's life?
Life's great.
Things are good.
Things are great.
You do live a great life. You guys live a great life.
That's so sweet.
Seems like you have a great marriage, and you're always traveling.
Great marriage.
Doing fun shit. Like
Yeah.
you're doing it right. I don't know what you came from, but it looks like you're very much enjoying and appreciating the good the good life now?
It's great. It's chaotic. It's nuts. I'm never home. I'm on the road. I've been hustling, grinding, shaking my tits for cash. You know what I mean? That's the life of a comedian. But it is good. You know, when we get a little time away, it's fun. I mean, the entire new tour is just basically about like my first year of marriage and us getting married in Italy and the honeymoon. We went on like a 30-day honeymoon.
You guys get married in Italy? You're Italian?
Yeah.
Are you Italian?
I'm Italian. Yeah, with the last name McMahan, though, you wouldn't
surprised
think.
they fucking let you.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I've been to Italy more times than his family, so I don't want to hear it.
Like a McMahon
How much,
can't get
how much do you get of her game checks if all this material is about the marriage?
I say I'm the muse.
Yeah, Jeff really loves this. He's such a muse. Well, his also thing is he's such a diehard feminist. He's like, you know what? This is bullshit. You know, women only make 70 cents on the dollar to every guy. This fucked up. I'm going to get up from that table of the patriarchy. I'm going to push in my chair and go play golf. Go shake your tits for cash, Toots. I'm like, you're too comfortable. But no, the whole news tour is about like our first year of marriage. I talked about the weddings. We got to write off the wedding. Talking about accounting. My accountant's like, you talked about it? Fucking write it off. I was like,
you
that's
say
great.
anything.
You say anything. You put up one photo of the wedding. I mean, please don't lie to me, please.
Where did you get married in Italy?
Right outside of Florence. Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, we tore it up. I went way over budget. Over budget. I didn't think I was gonna be one of those bitches, and I was.
You know what I've realized is that every bitch is.
You're right.
Like you think you're not, or you think you're marrying one who's not, and even like the most just like low key girls I've ever met. Not that they go bridezilla, but they all go like above and beyond.
But I've never planned a wedding, so speaking here from virgin territory. But like I feel like it's just unfair. Like I think if I ever did it, I'd have to be like, just do it, and when I get there, I'll see it. Because if I hear about the possibilities that could be, because like you can't tell me something like, yo, here's this.
It's like showing a little kid like the big toy.
That's an extra $3,000.
We could have a seafood tower or just do crab cakes. It's either or.
I was like, damn, it'd be pretty sick though, wouldn't that? Like,
well, and that's all it was. It was it's like it's that 50 times in a row, because you do that for the food, you do it for the booze, you do it for the band, you do it for the chairs, you do it for the the fucking centerpiece. It's just always like, well, let's get a better
I think because we got married later on in life, like I've been to so many fucking weddings that I knew what I wanted. I'm also an entertainer.
Some money too. Like
I got a little
when you
cash.
get married when you're younger, it's like it's tough. Now it's like I can do these things.
But I did need to prove to my friends that I am a new money bitch. So I did have like fireworks that almost set like all of Tuscany on fire. I had like an opera singer like come out of a cake. I was like, you will be fucking entertained. Because I had been to every fucking wedding, and I was like, I want people to leave and be like, this could never be topped. And it wasn't from like everything had to be opulent. Like ladies, DM me if you want to know what to spend your money on and what not to. I'll tell you. But I was like, there will be entertainment. I'm just a sick fuck. Like I like people to leave anything, even if you come over to my house. I'm like, did you have a good time? Did you have so much fun?
I'm telling stories about you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I went to the
you had to do it a level up then.
Yeah.
The cups are mason jars. That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, there was not a burlap sack to be seen. The theme for our wedding was House of Gucci black tie, but I hadn't seen the movie, so we're flying over to Italy, and I like lean over the pod and I go, Jeff, she murders him viciously at the end of this. He was like, yeah, she does. Yeah,
murders him viciously.
Yeah, it was fucking wild. We had a great time, but yeah, I had opera singers. People arrived in private boats coming up the Arno.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like just smoking a cigarette on the bank of the river in Florence. Like, you're right. I can, cash some checks, motherfuckers.
That is awesome.
There will say, and I'm not throwing any of your friends under the bus, but a couple of Jeff's buddies who are dear friends of ours, they had pulled him aside years before I had had a break in my comedy career, and they're like, how long are you going to let her do this? Like really sat Jeff down concerned. Like, listen, when is she going to move into real estate? Yeah. And so they were all at the wedding. So I think I just had that in the back of my mind to be like, fuck you guys. Like, fuck you, Mark. You're going to see what I can do.
Mark was sitting there going, bro, she had a fucking opera singer.
Yeah, exactly.
I was wrong. I was fucking wrong, man.
I was fucking wrong. There are actual fireworks happening right now. Yeah.
That is the I think it's so stupid and silly. But then there's that flex where it's like, again, if you can do it, you can do it. I think it's crazy when it like puts stress on your family, and you're like, now we can't buy the house that we wanted.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we still live with my mother. So. There is that.
Don't get me wrong, I can't afford my mortgage.
Yeah,
but
don't get me wrong, we are technically living for free. So I did say that at one point. I was like, Jeff, we could have bought a house. He's like, no, we're good. Keep the fireworks. But this is how Italian Italy is, right? We go there and like his family's He has family over there. I have family over there. And like, I wanted to have a big surprise for him, get these authentic cigar rollers from Lucca, which is a tiny town in Tuscany. And these guys have a union. They have a cigar rolling union. So like 2 days before the wedding, they're like, we're on strike. We're not doing the cigars. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like 2 fat Italian guys just like, we're not, call our union reps. We're not doing this. So I couldn't have the cigar rollers. I was literally about to like, drive to this tiny town of Lucca and like show them my tits or whatever. I was like, I just need the cigars at this wedding. So that was the one thing I dropped the ball on. But it wasn't my fault.
You got to just go find some guys in the street. And
Honestly.
be like, can you guys throw on a bow tie and roll these cigars?
Please help me out. Yeah.
No one's got another difference.
It's just a messy joint from your freshman year dorm. Like, this is how Italy does it.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know about. You didn't know they have angel dust in Italy? They do. Big PCP community.
Did you invite? How many people were at it?
I invited 230.
That's a lot for a foreign wedding, for an overseas wedding.
Here's my thing. I thought not a lot of people would come. I was like, it's Italy, and we got married right after COVID. No.
Everybody.
99.9%. We had one person not show up.
No way.
I was
When
stressed.
I got married, it was. I read on these websites. I think they say you can expect 15% drop off.
Yeah.
And then like 10 is not a lot, and then like 20 would be on the high end. So don't worry too much about getting too many no's. You're gonna have 15%. I got, I think 5 total.
Yeah.
And we were at the point getting RSVPs, like looking at it, like please be no, please be no. Ah, it's a no. It's a no. Like your boss isn't coming. Yes.
I will say that too. Don't and Jeff thought that. I mean, we had everybody like that we love at our wedding, but there were a couple people who was like, oh, maybe I'll send them an invite. I go, they're gonna fucking say yes. It's the people that you just sent like a courtesy invite to. They're the first people to RSVP.
Yeah.
Can't wait having the fish.
+1, and I'm not gonna fucking give you a gift.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but that's because the Italy thing is so nice, but it's like
I have a question. I'm glad you just said the gift thing.
Yeah.
And someone at Barstool recently tweeted out that they were pulling out like the folder of like what gifts people gave them. And I don't mean this as a like a smite to him or anything like that, but that's crazy to keep something like that because you're just in different levels of your life and things like that. Like say you went to a wedding now and you saw what someone in 10 years ago had given you as a gift if you got married back then. Would that actually be the gift you give them?
Oh, so he was like a tit for tat kind of situation?
That's what a lot of people do. I know a lot of people do that. Okay. Like, they gave us $200, we're going to give them $200.
No,
but I do think, I would hope people like adjust it for either inflation or like lifeflation, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, that $200 meant this much to us at that point in our lives.
Right.
We'll give you $500 now. We'll give you $1,000 now. We'll give you $10,000 now. Listen, I don't do it. I'm not that guy.
I agree with you that you should adjust for how you are as a person. But like, I mean, a gift is a reflection of our relationship. Like, it could have changed from 10 years ago. It could have gotten better. It could have gotten worse.
This motherfucker gives gifts.
Okay, see, this is a big argument with my husband and I.
That cash money,
it's a northern thing. Where are you from again?
Massachusetts.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I was going to say,
he doesn't make
in
sense.
the South, we have registries. Yeah. Now, I didn't do one for my wedding. I said, if I'm asking you to come to Italy, I don't expect a dime. I don't expect a gift. Jeff's like, no, we have a fucking box. People put cash in it. I was like, that's the tackiest thing I've ever heard. Now I kind of get it. But, like, we didn't get a lot of gifts. And that's no hate, no shade to our guests. But I was like, you're coming to Italy.
Man,
I don't need a Vitamix.
What do you always say? You get, like, something thoughtful that you know.
I usually just give Tiffany beer mugs.
Tiffany beer mugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's kind of nice. Are they silver?
No, they're
like glass, like crystal.
Yeah, and my mom always said that like it was something that they got for their wedding that it was like she liked it because it was Tiffany, my dad liked it because it was beer mugs, and it kind of covered both bases.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what it doesn't cover, the plate. The plate, the open bar.
We did get a lot of crystal, which was nice. Some like weird art from Italy that I was into, but I also just got a couple Venmos too that were just like, dude, I was too fucked up at your wedding. I didn't bring a gift. I was like, I'll take the couple hundo.
So I did that with Cons.
We had a guy get married here, and like this was probably a couple months ago. He got married. He got married last year, and a couple months ago we were on the podcast talking about wedding gifts and stuff. And all of a sudden, I had this realization, and I was like, I didn't ever give you a gift, did I?
Yeah, you have a year.
You know, right, and I got in like 364 days. I got in.
I got in recently with someone. I saw their anniversary post, and I made up some bullshit. I like to wait till day 365.
To see if the 1 year of your love lasts. Yeah. I haven't sent a single thank you card, so I just want to publicly say, I'm so sorry I'm a cunt. Dude, I apologize.
Like when... I feel like women drive these things, right?
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
Of course, stereotypically speaking. But none of them ever want to go to showers, be it the wedding or the baby showers.
Yeah, they're awful, insufferable.
They all end up complaining about the cost and or stress of the invitations.
Yep.
And they all end up worrying about the thank you notes.
Uh-huh.
So just stop doing them. Break
I
the
agree.
cycle.
I kind of have broken the cycle.
Like,
I didn't do any
one
of that shit.
generation's
I didn't
just
have
gotta put their
showers.
foot down and be like, we're not fucking doing it. Because I know it's always like, well, my mom wants it or something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now you're the mom like who
Yeah.
who doesn't want it. So fucking don't do it. And it's okay to send a Venmo, and we should send the fucking Evite. Who cares? Spending money on some of the things that we spend money on for weddings is insane.
See if I got an Evite.
You'd be offended?
Who cares?
I felt like a piece of shit sending those Venmos.
Throw it in the garbage.
Like I feel like a real fucking asshole sending the Venmos. It's like, this is so scummy.
I felt like an asshole asking people to come to Italy, so I didn't expect
Oh,
a
well, you are.
bachelorette.
Yeah,
I know I
yeah.
am. But then when they all showed up and they're like, this is the greatest day of my life, I'm like, I told you.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
do it, I think you gotta like do what you did and go all out. If I
Yeah.
go to Tuscany and it's like, the food was bad and it was cash bar and the band stunk. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
I also think this thing, like if you're, maybe 30 and up, right? If you're in your 20s, have the ballroom wedding at the country club, because again, it is for your parents. But because we paid for it, I was like, let's go wherever the fuck we
good.
want.
Yeah,
and at our age, people, like most of my friends who have kids, just want an excuse to get away from their children.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, they're with grandma, fuck them.
That's a
I'm
big
getting
thing, too.
away.
When you're 29, 30, whatever,
Yeah.
you're going to like 13 weddings a summer.
Yeah.
It starts in May and it'll stop till October. And if there's one that's like across the world, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God. But also the other ones are just like cookie cutter. You go to this, you know exactly. I can tell you when the speeches are going to be,
Yep.
when the cake is going to be, when like everything's going to happen.
I didn't have a bridal party. He didn't have groomsmen, but our friends ended up like getting ready with us and still kind of like hung out. I was like, I don't need you to wear a dress. I just want you to show up, throw me a Zanny if I seem like I'm sweating, and like let's just have some
I
cocktails.
bet your wedding was that's
was
a
great.
wedding I would love to.
It
get
was
an
really
invite
fun.
to. I mean, I must have got lost, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's a wedding. You can usually tell the weddings that you want to be at, based on the couple almost. You know what I mean? That was probably a ball.
We had a fucking blast. And then we went on like a 30-day honeymoon, which I will say there's no reason for you ever to spend more than 7
Is that
days.
an exaggeration?
No, 30 days. But you have to realize I'm on the road, so I never get to take time
you
off.
earned it, yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm going to take the month of July off and we're just going to go and tear it up. But like, you should never be abroad with your significant other longer than like 7 days. It's the worst idea ever.
You took off 30 days or you were traveling and on a vacation for 30 days?
We were traveling and on a vacation for 30 days, which I know seems insane.
God bless you.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And so the divorces when?
Yeah, exactly. Jeff brought his golf clubs on our honeymoon. He brought the Core 4, which was just 4 of his golf clubs that he said he needed to practice his dry swings in the room. And at one point, we were on a ferry going to like the island of like Capri, and Jeff is just sweating and he's like lugging his shit. And I go, you brought the fucking clubs. Nobody asked you to. There's only 2 golf courses in Italy. We're not going to any of them. I fucking hate you. And this Italian woman's just like, we're packed in because he wouldn't let me take a private taxi. He was like, we're not taking the water taxi for $1,200. The ferry's $20. So we're fighting. I was like, I'm going to club him. I'm going to club him to death with this 9-iron. The Core 4. It was insane. Yeah, I constantly tell people, I'm like, do 7 days. Go to Cancun, do whatever. 7 days, perfect. But I'm like, any day after 7 days, you're going to murder them.
By like 5, I'm kind of getting antsy.
Yeah.
I did 2 weeks for my honeymoon, and it was like Greece and Italy, so it kind of broke it up a little bit.
Right.
But if it's like 10 or 14 like straight days, eventually it's just like, it's not even who you're with. It's just like, I got to get back to my life. I'm living in a different time zone from everybody else. I don't know what's going on. That's just too much. 30. I really don't know. Like the people who live either if you're like super, super rich and lavish, or you're like a Instagram chick who gets like flown around the world to like Dubai and shit. When you're truly doing like nothing but that, I can't imagine it's that fulfilling after a little while. Because the whole thing is like,
I could do it fine. I would be fit.
Yeah,
if you want to fly my ass to Greece, I'll be good.
Say that, but as a comedian, you're inherently like one of the hardest working people out there. So I don't really believe that's true. I think you would like
traveling is a full-time job.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. Like they think that like before and after shows, they're like, meet us at the bar. We're going out. I'm like, no. You don't understand. I've been on 6 flights this week alone. I don't know what state I'm in. I did a show 2 weeks weekend ago in Kansas City. I didn't know I was in Missouri, and I've been there before. And it took me a second. I was like, wait, are we in Kansas? Are we in Missouri? Like, no, the traveling does become a full-time job.
Fucking 1/1,000,000th of what you guys do on the road. And when we're out, we got to do a meet and greet, or we got to go meet people at a bar. I'm like, I just want to go home and go to sleep. That was like every fucking weekend of my life. And then like traveling it also just doesn't become as much of a it's not a special thing. It's just like, oh, I travel all the time. I'm always in these places. Like, I don't know. I feel like there has to be some special to the trip for it to actually,
I'll bitch about it, but then if I'm home for longer than a week, like when I do have a week off, Jeff's like, why are you pacing? Like, what are you panicking about? I'm just like, I feel like I should be doing a show somewhere.
Are you always like, just get the fuck out, go?
Yeah.
Yes and no, but when she gets home, she likes to do like domestic shit, which is wild to me.
I want to go to a Costco. I want to speak to no one. My favorite thing to do is the one day off, I go to Costco and I get a hot dog. Okay?
$1.50, right?
$1.50. I get the Diet Coke and I cruise around Costco. And it's basically like a meet and greet for me because like all of my women are at Costco. I'm the queen of fucking Costco. I want to go tinker, run my acrylic nails across some patio furniture. I want to talk to everybody giving out samples. That's all I want to do.
Coupons and shit.
Oh, I fucking love it. It's because I'm nesting.
You should call your next special queen of Costco.
Queen of Costco, yeah. I think I was going to call it breadwinner, but I also think Queen of Costco might be good. Yeah, it's weird. I've been talking about this in the new tour, but it's like, as a woman, especially like in this business, like I love going out and, bringing home the bacon, but I also still want to be a good wife. And I feel like I got to cook it too. So there are days where I like come home and I'm like manic and I've got like, Jeff's like, you're here for 12 hours. Like, I will bake you a fucking casserole. I will blow you. And he's like, don't. You're good.
You were talking about, where did you read the thing about the 40-hour work week?
Oh, I don't know. I forget where.
Probably a tweet.
Yeah. It was just like how the 40-hour work week was invented. How people
to get away from their wives.
In general, where it's like, if you're stressed, and it wasn't designated to one sex or another, but it's just like, if you're stressed, it's because the 40-hour work week was designed when someone else was doing the cooking, someone else was doing the cleaning, someone else was doing the child rearing, and now everyone's doing both. And I was like, I hadn't thought about that. That fucking sucks because it's not changing anytime soon.
Yeah, because like whatever stress you have at work, you would come
then have it at home.
And if you don't go to work, like you don't have to commute, and you're not dealing with a boss on your back, so you have that. Like there's good and bad to both of it, but what it does is it just makes 50% suck for both of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then on top of that, I'm at I turned 36, so I know if I'm going to have a kid, I got to have it soon. I got like one good egg left, and I'm like, fuck. Like all these other female comedians have done their specials like 8 months pregnant. Like, I know how I swell. If I have like, a club soda and a french fry later, I can't get my rings off. Like, I just know I'm not going to be like that cool female comedian.
Do that too.
You have to wheel me out in a wheelchair and like, let's tell some jokes.
It's going swell.
Yeah.
And that would be amazing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be amazing for everybody else, not you. But
these people say they're like, a baby would look good on you, Heather. I'm like, I'm at this part of my career right now where I'm grinding so hard, and I hate that those words even came out of my mouth, but I couldn't imagine being pregnant on top of that.
It's like, I barely clothes don't even look good on me. You think a baby's gonna look good on me right now? Get the fuck out of here.
My Spanx are rolling down on themselves, okay? Like, fuck you. Yeah, but it's always, a baby, Heather, a baby would look good on you. I'm like, yeah, let me go fucking, do 100 more shows, and then I'll think about getting knocked up. Or I just need to get a surrogate. Let's be honest. If there's anybody listening to this who has a good womb, who would like to carry my child, let me know. Mama's working. I'm surprised.
I would totally do that shit, man.
You would? You'd carry my baby?
Oh, no.
Thank you.
That's one thing. I mean, if men had to get pregnant, the human race would cease to exist.
Yeah.
But I think I'm sure there's all sorts of shame.
The
and stigma
other day, I
attached
just
to
sat
it,
in
but fuck
trash because I thought of carrying it.
Just stop right there. That's fine. The other day I sat in trash because whatever disclaimer you're about to put on it doesn't really make it justify it. So just you sat in trash.
Yeah, I don't know if you're about to call my baby a sack of trash.
But you're talking carrying things, and I was like, I have to carry this as a trash over there. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, fuck that.
I forbid it's your own flesh and blood. Yeah.
I do that now that I zin, and like, bro, I'll get up from like a nice 6-hour TV binge session, and I'll just have like wad of nicotine. I just like leave them on.
You are disgusting, bro.
Can I ask you with this stuff?
Oh, look at you.
It's just like
a pack.
Yeah.
So it's not like loose.
Every time I open it, I think I'm carrying around a fucking tin of cocaine because they all look like if you see this as a lay on the floor, there's one over there. You're like,
it does look like a little baggie of cocaine. You're right. I did dip once and I almost threw up. So because I went to school in Mississippi, so I was like, let's do it. I don't know. Is that better than regular dip?
It's just nicotine, so there's no tobacco.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's addictive without the cancer aspect, I guess.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's 100% a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mouth's going to rot out in a week, but I love a vacation cig, so I get it. Yeah. When you smoke on vacation, it's not
that
real.
Turn into a pack real quick.
Dude, in Italy, that's all it is.
In Italy, they
everybody
smoke
was
crazy,
just
right?
chain
And they
smoking.
smoke that raw shit, right? It's
The
not-
raw shit.
Yeah.
And then on the packs, it's got like somebody with one of
Yeah.
these,
Yeah,
or like, a lung that's
to
black.
me, that almost like
encourages you to smoke more.
yeah, it's almost just like if you tell me, Surgeon General warning, this is bad for you. I'm like, okay, like
I hear you.
I get it. If you try to fear porn me into not doing something, I'll do it harder.
Yeah,
I
right.
agree.
Like, I'm
you
not-
made the
I'm
sale,
not getting-
stop selling.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not,
I've had two Aperol spritzes on the Amalfi Coast. I'm going to buy a pack of cigs. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it just doesn't seem as white trash. Like when you're over there and Europeans are so sexy and
Totally.
tan, and even though I'm like covered in zinc and I'm, I've got like sun poisoning.
right?
I got a long, skinny, like Virginia Slim, and I'm like, I'm so fucking riche. Yeah. I will be broke after this honeymoon. I spent $400,000 on a wedding, but I'm just like thriving. Sophia Loren. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything's better in Europe. I did lose like 12 pounds on my honeymoon, and we drank bottles of wine every day, pasta,
it's that
pizza, ice cream.
food,
It's that
right?
clean food.
Yeah,
I came back glowing.
GMOs
I
or
watched
whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
like a fucking Instagram video or something like that. Some dude giving a speech and he was basically breaking down what healthy food is. And he's like, all that it means is it was cooked by a person, not a corporation.
Yes.
That's the only difference in health. Like,
Didn't come out of like a Cisco bag.
Yeah, and he's like that healthy
makes such
food.
a difference though, like such a
It
difference.
does. And I don't want to be that
Why?
person, but it's like also the oil. Like if you go to Italy, they're not cooking anything in like canola or vegetable oil. It's just straight olive oil,
Yeah.
all healthy fat. You can eat whatever the hell you want. You can carb hard. Doesn't matter.
We gotta get out of this country, huh?
I know we do. We kind of do. But like I also love like chicken tenders at like a country club, swimming pool with like a side of ranch and a cigarette. So let's be honest.
Doris Duke didn't die for this.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Michelob Ultra. Like let's be honest.
I feel like if you don't honeymoon somewhere, well, I mean, it depends. Most people are, you get on a wedding diet and you're torturing yourself. So if you don't honeymoon somewhere where there's good food, I think you're missing out. Because that feeling of like you're done with the diet, you're done with the budget, it's all paid for and done now, and you're just gonna binge for 30 days.
We didn't do the wedding diet. We both like dialed it back a little bit, but I was on the road and it's impossible to be healthy on the road.
Yeah,
I don't
no
give a
shot.
shit how much money you have, what you're doing.
No shot.
It does not matter. You're eating pizza at 1 a.m. You're fucking starving.
Yeah.
But we both decided, because we're larger people, I said, let's just show up like maybe 10 pounds lighter, like have a light glow. Because I don't want to look back on my wedding photos and be like, that was the peak. Like I want to peak when I'm 40 and people are like, she's never looked better. You know what I mean? I mean, I looked great. You looked very handsome.
I'm like, I just never want to peak because then, hey, maybe I'm still. It's Dennis Reynolds. I haven't even begun to peak.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna be.
You're an unscratched lottery ticket.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
possibilities are
I'm a
endless.
fat fucking lottery ticket with nothing scratched off me yet. So are you touring? Where are you touring?
everywhere, all
Is
over
the
America.
comeback from the
America?
wedding?
Yeah.
This is, yes. So this is, I filmed a special in September. That's going to come out soon. And then, so I'm on a totally new tour. So it's called
All
the Comeback
American
Tour.
tour, yeah.
All American Tour. Well, I'm going to Canada. Shout out to Vancouver and Toronto.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all, and then I'm playing Radio City in June. I don't know why they allowed me to do that, but they did. And I've had diarrhea
Sick.
every day about it. Like literally.
Radio City is Radio City to me, like, I mean, the Garden is like, you know, but who's gonna do the Garden? Like 3 people are gonna do the Garden. It's fucking, you know, you probably will do the Garden eventually, but Radio
I'd love to
City,
do the Garden. They are discouraging me, but anybody from MSG, call me. I would be fantastic at the Garden. But no, it's
Radio City is
it's
like,
crazy, and I'm an old theater nerd. Like,
I was gonna
so
say
for me,
there's
this
also
is like.
There's a little bit more allure to the Radio City than there is MSG, despite the size.
Yeah.
Because it has that feel, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're playing like MSG, that's what, like 30,000, 20,000 people. And I know you guys have plenty of guys on here who've played.
Yeah.
But no, that's, you know, but also like playing those kind of venues.
About it too. It's like,
Yeah.
when I remember Bill Burr coming in, and I was like, I can't believe Bill even needs to do like promo anymore. And he's like, fucking 18,000 tickets, a lot of tickets, man. Like, I don't
A
care
lot of
who you
fucking
are, you know?
tickets.
So it's like, of course you do it and you'll be rich and it's great. But also Radio City, I think, is that like perfect in between where
It's crazy.
you get
How many's Radio City?
Like 6,000.
Yeah.
So we only have a couple tickets left. Get them. It just has to say it's sold out on that thing.
Are you a multiple show adder person?
Well, it depends. But I also don't like to do 2 shows in one night because my shows are I'm doing a full 90 minutes and I'm doing a lot. So I hate to do back-to-back shows because I always constantly I'm like, did I already say that joke? Like I'll get to the 10 p.m. show. I'm like, oh fuck. Like I have an outer body. Like I'm like looking at the front row. Like, did I already say that joke? I did at 7 p.m.
You do 2 entirely different shows if you do 2 nights? 2 in one night?
Yeah. So
that's impressive.
Well, no. I won't do 2 different shows in one night. So I stopped doing the 2 in one night. I mean, sometimes I have to do it, but I always like to do a second night.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'll add on shows if we need to. And
Again, we're talking about very different levels of touring here, if you will. But
supply and demand.
Every time we've added a show, it's like we sold something out and we're happy about it.
Yeah.
And then we add something and we're stressed about it. And it's like we didn't even take a moment to be happy that we sold out the first thing. You know?
I am at that point in my career right now where so I sold crazy amount of tickets in Atlanta where I'm from, and this is a little inside whatever, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but they wanted me to do the arena, and I was like, no, let me go do 2 nights at the Fox again, shoot my second special there, and let me savor that. We'll get there. But
you say that's not going anywhere.
No, and people are always like the next thing. I'm like, listen, Radio City as a kid, I like the fact that they're even allowing me in the front doors, the fact that my name is on the side of the building right now is outer body fucking insane for me. I'm like, let me just do this and sell it out and do the damn thing. It's and with social media too, they're like, you got to do this and this. And I'm just like, fucking be, my motto for this year, and this is so fucking cheesy, is be pleasant and be present. Because the first tour I was fucking panicking, all these sold out shows and we're doing all this shit. And I just want to fucking enjoy it. I was like a crackhead the first tour, losing my mind, itching backstage. If I fuck this show up, nobody's going to come again. And I'm like, no, I need to be present and fucking enjoy it.
I mean,
you are a white lady, huh?
I am. Am I?
Put that on.
Be pleasant and be present. That's on a fucking
board.
Yeah.
Tell that to Williams. No.
Yeah. Listen, I had a panic attack before a show in Baltimore once. I was just like, I'm not I was like, I gotta rework it for the next tour because it's just too much pressure.
I can understand that feeling. I don't enjoy it very much.
People start making money off of you, and then they're constantly like, do 8 more shows and this, and you're like, I'm gonna have a heart attack and stroke out by 37. So
I don't think people can even comprehend what the schedule you guys keep, the food, down to I don't eat regular meals because I got to hop on a plane and do 5 more and go here.
Yeah.
It's crazy to live.
I'll never complain about it because I have the greatest job in the world and I'm so grateful. But
blah, 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 disclaimer, but it's fucking...
But mama's tired. But I will absolutely be on uppers at Radio City. I'll have my cap shoes on. The Rockettes will show up, so come to the show. It's going to be fucking crazy.
Dude, I mean, if you're doing arenas, I know it's your hometown and shit, but it'll start in your hometown and then it just goes everywhere else too. You'll just keep on this trajectory now and probably be doing arenas everywhere soon enough.
We'll see.
It's crazy.
I'm just it's all so crazy. I mean, I really still, I just can't believe that people are letting me into the buildings.
What's the largest you've played as of right now?
Maybe
will Radio City be that?
Yeah, the Radio City, Chicago Theater was I think close to the same amount.
Yeah.
But I was able to sell 10,000 tickets in Atlanta, and it was just fucking crazy. Yeah. I mean, my hometown came out, and so that's why I wanted to shoot the first special there. But now we've got our shit together, so I think we're gonna shoot the second one there, and it's just insane. It's insane.
Really, that's very impressive stuff. It's very cool.
Well, thank you. Fully dead inside. But,
What's your rider? Do you have a rider?
It is so white girl basic. I want a side of ranch, a crudité, maybe a nice local cheese. Okay. I like 2 bottles of really good Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley, Oregon. This is so white. I like Spindrift, grapefruit, and what else? We have a bottle.
Spindrift.
Spindrift is a seltzer.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the grapefruit flavor. A bottle of tequila, and then we get chicken tenders anywhere we go.
Yeah, so it's almost like a night at a restaurant. There's a appetizer, a meal, and some drinks.
And then I'll order
I don't understand
hot wings at 1 a.m. It's disgusting.
I saw a tweet. Just I think somebody tried to expose Phoebe Bridgers is her name, right?
Mm-hmm. The musician.
Yeah, and it was it was a little bit excessive, but not really. And people were like, this is totally normal. So then a lot of people started tweeting their experiences with riders, and it was the rapper Common, YC tweeted this in 2005. Common, who's he's not a flashy mo money mo problems rapper. He's a introspective rapper, and his tweet was Common had us with 6 full carts of shit from Whole Foods. Like,
I can't wait to be that cunty.
Six
I can't wait.
Well, so
I'm not there yet.
That's why the tweet said that he asked for 6 bottles of honey, which is just literally
insane.
Like
it's too much honey.
You're gonna need a drop or 2 of honey.
Also, honey gets hard. Like even if you do like 2 spoonful or teaspoonful, like then it's hard.
done.
Then you got to microwave it.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
fucking
whole
weird.
thing.
It's crunchy.
That's why I wanted 6 bottles.
Yeah.
You get 6 good squeezes from each of them.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. I don't care how successful you get or how rich you get. There are some things where I can understand. It's like, yo, man, you don't know how it is when you're talking about that level of money or that level of fame or performance. They need these things for certain reasons. But then it's like you're there for one night and you need
nothing.
Yeah, come on.
He's actually just getting groceries for the cleaning people. He's very nice.
Yeah, that is
Maybe
true.
that was the story. Maybe he was still broke and he was like, I'm bringing this shit home for my family. Then I understand it.
The best was I was doing a show in Indiana recently, and I made the mistake. I ordered all this like Chick-fil-A nuggets or whatever backstage, right? So I'm like, security, come have whatever. So these guys, the security guards, are hovering over the Chick-fil-A nuggets, and this woman gets in my dressing room, and she just shows up, and I'm literally about to take my top off, and she's like, I found you, and I'm like, you sure did. And she's like, don't worry, I'm not going to touch you.
You better fucking not.
Yeah, and I said, well, you
don't get credit for that.
You made it exponentially more creepy. And then I look outside, I go, hey guys, any help? And I realized that I had created the problem because security was just going to pound down on nuggets that I had bought. And it was like, after the show, guys, after it, there was a woman who just said she's not going to touch me, who was actively trying to touch me. And I can hold my own, but you have to realize like white women specifically are terrifying. Like I know I'll be murdered by a white woman one day. Her name will be like Kimberly or Mackenzie, and she'll stab me in the throat at a TJ Maxx. And like I'm going with it.
What happens in meet and greet?
It's what happens in meet and greet.
It's been a tough couple years for you white women. You know,
has.
like your public like Q rating, if you're looked at it on the whole, has been probably at its lowest maybe ever.
Yeah, and but I really think I have a lot of empathy for you guys, straight white guys. It's hard.
It is.
Oh, it's been so tough.
It really has been tough. No, it has been tough.
The burden I carry every day.
I know.
Let me fucking tell you, dude.
Oh yeah, Jeff's like, you have no idea what it's like to be a white man right now. And I'm like, shut the fuck up and lotion up, you little bitch. Yeah, that's his favorite thing. You have no idea. It's so hard. Listen, women, we brought it on ourselves, I will say a little bit, but you know what? So this woman who gets backstage, I asked her, I said, real quick, just how did you get backstage? She said, I went up to one of the security guards and said, my name's Lane. And they were like, cool girl, just come on back.
Yep.
So I realized that we really have gotten away with a lot of shit because we don't seem threatening.
Yeah.
But white women are the most terrifying people on the planet.
In my experience, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Not fuck with white girls.
Yeah.
They maybe are not physically imposing, but they will terrorize you mentally and emotionally, and they will ruin your life somehow, some way. Yeah.
They will stalk you. They will find everything out about you. They will blackmail you. I kind of love it.
No, you hit the big 3.
It's like, that's really it.
You got it.
Check.
Is your accountant a white woman?
Yes, but she's foreign.
She's foreign.
Yeah.
Okay, like Eastern European or
I don't know. I don't know if I can
can't
ask.
place
Never
it?
talked to her. But, I've never
Are we
seen
sure
her.
she is an accountant in America?
She has an accent.
Okay.
I know the first time I went to meet her, and this is like 2 years ago now, we had like gotten a shipment of sex toys to the office. So I had like a canvas bag full of sex toys. And the whole time she was talking, I was just like, oh, I hope that bag doesn't spill. I just had it on the ground, and I was like, it's just like, it's a delicate balance. It's a canvas bag. Like, it just fell. And they weren't female sex toys. They were males. So it was like, this fucking robot that jerks you off.
A lot of fleshlights.
And she's like, so what do you do? And I was like, I explained however I can this, and she's like, oh, so like comedy. And I was like, I guess if you want to break it down to that, like, yeah, in a way, like it's kind of, I would never call myself a comedian, but sure, comedy in a sense. And she's like John Mulaney. And I was like, nah, like John Mulaney.
No, not at all.
I saw John Mulaney recently. I saw him in Nashville, and he has kids in the audience. And I'm not going to give away anything for his like new special, but it was wild the amount of like kids in the crowd. And I'm like, if you bring your children to my show, you're a horrible parent. Do not do that. And he backstage was
particularly
like,
for new Mulaney too, because I mean, for
letting it fly.
which actually will be out now.
We've
right?
had a couple. We've had one kid specifically. He showed up to he came with his parents to our first show ever when he was. How old? I keep getting younger in my head. I'm like, he's 7.
I was gonna say 11.
Yeah, I think he was like 12, and then he came on his 18th birthday to another show. And it was pretty
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah,
That's great.
And they sat front row though, and it was like one of our first shows ever. And I was like, come on. How am I supposed to say what I say?
It's a beautiful moment. That's a beautiful
But
moment,
then
though,
when
that he came back.
It was very cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm addicted to drugs. I've done time in juvie because of Barstool.
I've taken all your advice. My life sucks.
Yeah. I love that.
Well, can I get tickets to Radio City?
Yeah, I'll get you
Okay.
tickets.
I would love to.
But not like I'll give you 2. That's it. Don't fucking
No more.
get greedy and weird with it. But it's wild when you perform at Radio City because you can use any of the shit there. So like I'm like, okay, we got like pyro.
Okay, Mama's gonna do
Yeah, I mean, Mama's gonna razzle fucking dazzle.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like a fly system. I'm thinking about flying in. I'm thinking about, setting the whole place with fireworks. Like,
If you fly in,
I might fly in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might fly in. I don't know. I got to test it out, but I think we're going to get wild.
Are you the type of person who gets like scared by that sort of shit? Or you'd be like, zip me in, let's
No,
go.
zip me in. I mean, if I die by falling on a fan, okay? Yeah.
If you die
Yeah.
within the hallowed halls of Radio City,
City.
how dramatic of a death could you get?
So fucking dramatic.
Like,
and
the
I've already
best.
said, like,
Maybe a couple years earlier than you would like, but
Heather McMahan,
Yeah.
Owen Hart. Rest in peace.
exactly. It was either that or like choking on a, taco or something. So this is a better way to go. For sure. Absolutely for sure.
I love it.
Yeah.
What, HeatherMcMahon.com for tickets?
Yeah, go to heatherontour.com.
HeatherOnTour.com.
Yeah.
And follow on social. You're one of the best, babe. Thank you so much.
I love you
so
guys.
much.
Thanks
Love
for
you
having
too.
me.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.